Welcome back to my studio. I'm starting on a new commission today. This is one of my Bursting with Bloom series where the flowers and leaves actually go out into the frame area. So you can see that I have taped off my frame and masked the areas where the flowers, the leaves are going to break out into the frame. Now I'm going to be working on my background. These sunflowers are going to have a red background, and I begin with, this is a mixture of actually it's not a mixture, it's pure cadmium red deep. And I get it a little bit darker at the top, and then as I work down I want to get a little bit lighter, so I'll start working in some cadmium red light. I have to work very carefully around my drawing of my flowers. These paintings I have to really plan ahead, and so I draw out my flowers, and I won't paint them exactly like I've got them, but I do want to just pretty well follow my drawing, because especially where they break out of the frame, since I've masked that off, I have to get my flowers to match up. But the flowers will break into this background, so if I don't follow my drawing exactly, it doesn't really matter at this point. So I'll be painting the flowers then into that background. But I want the upper part of the red up here to be nice and bright. I do want that leaf to break out over. And like I say, I'll paint these flowers, the sunflowers, wet into wet over to the background, so the petals will come back where I've painted over. Just kind of I want to get this covered, and I don't want the transition, doesn't have to be real smooth. It can be kind of a rough transition, but I want my upper part to be my brighter red. And as I work down, then we'll get dark. And at the bottom, then it'll be really dark. So I'll start working some of my cadmium red deep into here. And see, now here's where my flowers break out into the frame, so I have to be a little more careful here. And again, when I paint my sunflowers, I'll be able to come back and make those transitions exact. Right now I just want to get my background covered. These are fun. They take a lot more planning than my just regular paintings. My billboards of happiness. I'm going to bring a little of my light up here. Since my light's coming in from the upper left, I'm going to go ahead and bring some of that lighter red up here. So it's like the light's transitioning down. A bit darker as we get over to this side. Now this leaf breaks out of the frame here. I want those transitions to line up with my tape so that when I pull the tape off, the leaves meet up with the opening in the frame. These have just been kind of a fun little different compositional and design that like these, this is for some collectors who have bought several of my regular billboards of happiness, and so this gives them another Senkarik that's a little bit different. Now I'm going to have a leaf back in here that's going to be cut off by the frame. So I have some of the leaves going back behind the frame and some coming out. It just gives an impression of dimension, just a different. Now here I'm doing a darker red. This is my cadmium red deep plus some alizarin crimson. So my red is going to be darker down here. There'll be leaves and stuff back in here, so I'm not too worried about this area in here. Once I get my greens in, then I'll come back in and I can paint some of the reds in there. This just kind of helps me visualize my design. I had the sketch, I showed you the sketch in the very beginning of the video, and I have it pretty well planned out, but once I get to the painting stage, then I start adding in the leaves and things, and some of this may change. So but this kind of gives just a basic silhouette of the flowers. Let's see. Red here. Again, these are mixes. This is darker red is cadmium red deep plus alizarin crimson. I'm not worried too much about in that area because I'm going to have some leaves going back that are in the background. Once you get up into the sunflowers, and there's lots of leaves and some behind and some forward. But this just gets my background, just getting it started to get blocked in. Kind of start seeing the design, the silhouette of the elements. And this will help me then put my leaves in. So I really appreciate you watching my YouTube videos. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and also visit my blog. The link is in the description below. I also have the address on the final frame of my YouTube video. You can subscribe to my blog also, and you'll get an email every time that I make a new post. So you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you again.